Hola, buenos mediodías a todos y a todas. Gracias por uniros a nosotros en esta última sesión online SOS CDTI de 2020 y recordar que os hemos acompañado y nos habéis hecho compañía también desde el 6 de abril de este año, cuando empezamos este ciclo de sesiones online. Han sido alrededor de más de 20 sesiones informativas sobre todo lo que es actualidad y novedades en programa marco y en programas europeos que son sinérgicos a programa marco, y esperamos que hayan sido de utilidad para todos vosotros. Como habéis visto, a partir de verano hemos pasado a una cadencia de cada 15 días aproximadamente, con un promedio de 2 sesiones al mes, que están muy centradas en los partenariados, en estas nuevas asociaciones que se perfilarán a partir de 2021 y entrarán en funcionamiento a partir de 2021, y hemos tocado partenariados de diferente índole y de diferentes sectores. El que nos ocupa hoy es el partenariado de agua. Para ello tendremos con nosotros a 3 speakers. Antes de nada, me gustaría recordaros que para interactuar con nosotros utilicéis la herramienta Slido. Como siempre, Esta herramienta la podéis utilizar en cualquier dispositivo móvil que tengáis y a través del hashtag SOSDifunde podéis poner vuestras cuestiones y vuestros comentarios. Las iremos recogiendo a lo largo de las presentaciones y las lanzaremos al final a nuestros 3 ponentes de hoy. Nuestros 3 ponentes de hoy, tenemos el placer de contar con la participación de nuestra compañera Lidia González, que la conocéis desde CDTI Madrid. Ella la habéis visto hace nada, 10 días en el evento de presentación de Horizonte Europa que organizó CDTI online el día 2 y 3 de diciembre, en la presentación respecto del clúster 6, que la verdad me pareció excelente. Lidia, te felicitamos todos, junto con mi compañero José Manuel González. Y bueno, esas presentaciones podéis acceder a través de la plataforma de CDTI, igual que todos los vídeos de las sesiones online SOS CDTI, a los que también podéis acceder junto con las presentaciones a través de esa plataforma. Primero, pues Lidia nos dirigirá unas palabras para poner en contexto lo que es el sector del agua en Horizonte 2020 y su evolución hacia Horizonte Europa, y posteriormente contamos con la presencia de Panos Balavanis, que es Head of Sector of Water en la unidad C1 de Circular Economy en Bio-Based Systems en DG RTD. También contaremos con la presencia de Abelino González, que es Program Officer, también muy relacionado con los temas de agua en la misma unidad C1, Circular Economy in Bio-Based Systems de DGRTD, que lo que harán es presentarnos los detalles de este nuevo partenariado Water4All que se pone en funcionamiento a partir de 2021. Con todas las noticias sobre el acuerdo al que se ha llegado la semana pasada sobre el presupuesto de la Unión Europea, el Multi-Annual Financial Framework, que también de alguna manera es lo que nos concierne en el capítulo 1 referente a Horizonte Europa, pues todo está acelerado, con lo cual posiblemente, y como hemos comentado en anteriores presentaciones, esto nos llevará a que podamos tener adopción de programas de trabajo y ya conocer los detalles oficiales de las convocatorias de Horizonte Europa, así como de los partenariados, alrededor de abril de 2021 aproximadamente. Pero bueno, esto lo dejo a mis compañeros que os acompañan en este rato, y nada, recordar que para interactuar SOS difunde a través de la herramienta Slido. Gracias. Lidia, por favor.
Bueno, muchas gracias Marina por la presentación y por la introducción, and a pleasure to share this time with Panos and Abelino. If you don't mind, Panos, I'm gonna make my presentation in Spanish. It's gonna be very short because the important part is what you are gonna tell us. So, voy a intentar compartir la pantalla, que no haya ningún problema. A ver. ¿Estoy compartiendo?
Sí, se ve perfecto.
Y ahora pantalla completa. Debería pasar. ¿Está bien?
Muy bien. Perfecto.
Perfecto. Pues nada, como ha comentado Marina, yo voy a dar algo muy cortito acerca de la importancia del agua y cómo ha estado presente en Horizonte 2020 y cómo lo va a seguir estando en Horizonte Europa. Y la importancia del agua no se nos puede olvidar que es uno de los objetivos, de los 17 Objetivos de Desarrollo Sostenible identificados en la Agenda 2030 de Naciones Unidas, que además está íntimamente relacionado con prácticamente todos, yo diría con todos el resto de los objetivos, de manera más directa o más indirecta, pero relacionada de manera muy clara, incluyendo también el tema de la paz y la justicia. No nos olvidemos que el tema de la situación que podemos experimentar, que estamos experimentando ya con el cambio climático y las dificultades para conseguir agua pueden ser elementos para generar conflictos entre comunidades o entre países. Y no nos olvidemos que la Unión Europea y también España pues están comprometidos en la consecución de los objetivos de esta Agenda 2030. Por otro lado, tenemos las prioridades de la Comisión Europea, que la nueva comisión que empezó ya hace más de un año, y por destacar uno de ellos que está, digamos, quizá más relacionado, el objetivo del Pacto Verde Europeo, sin olvidar también la parte de digitalización, que en el caso del agua estarían íntimamente vinculados. Parece obvio que el agua es necesaria, es imprescindible para que exista toda la vida en nuestro planeta, pero aún así tenemos graves problemas relacionados tanto con el agua dulce como con el agua de mares y océanos, y aquí he puesto algunas referencias destacadas por la Agencia Medioambiental Europea. Para la resolución de estos problemas, investigación e innovación son clave para resolver y para acelerar esa resolución y llegar a mejores condiciones. Y por destacar ya una cosa más, en el plan estratégico de I+D, que es para 2020-2024, que se presentó hace unas semanas, relacionado con el objetivo del Green Deal, se identifica que la regeneración, la conservación, el mantenimiento de las aguas interiores, pero también de las aguas marinas, de mares y océanos, en buenas condiciones, eliminar la contaminación, es uno de los elementos prioritarios que se van a abordar o que están identificados de ese plan estratégico. Con todo esto lo que quiero remarcar es la importancia del agua, la importancia que tiene el agua en general y en el ámbito de la I+D en particular. ¿Qué hemos tenido en Horizonte 2020? Pues no os voy a contar todas las convocatorias porque estaríamos un rato largo y además seguro que Abelino y Pan nos las podrían contar mejor que yo, pero sí recordar que hemos tenido convocatorias, tópicos específicos de proyectos de agua, y ahí hay un informe en el que se pueden encontrar todos los proyectos relacionados con estas convocatorias hasta 2019, que es lo último que tenemos cerrado, elaborado por la Comisión Europea, precisamente por la unidad que hoy nos acompaña. También tenemos las convocatorias que lanzó el partenariado, la Joint Programming Initiative, la JPI de agua, que también son complementarias a las que salieron en los programas de trabajo, y no nos podemos olvidar del programa Prima, de un artículo 185 centrado en el área mediterránea en temas de agua, de agricultura y de alimentación. ¿Qué tenemos para Horizonte Europa? El siguiente programa marco de la Unión Europea, que, como ha dicho Marina, afortunadamente, después del acuerdo de la semana pasada, aún faltan las firmas oficiales, pero ya hay un acuerdo, se va a centrar en que Europa sea más verde, esté más digitalizada, resolver los retos globales en los que estamos imbuidos, intentar favorecer que nuestras industrias sean competitivas a nivel global, pero por supuesto hay un foco muy claro en que todos los temas de sostenibilidad tienen que ser económica, pero social y por supuesto ambiental, y ahí el agua juega un papel fundamental. ¿Dónde está en Horizonte Europa el agua? Pues yo diría que en todos los pilares, evidentemente en el pilar de ciencia excelente y en el pilar de Europa innovadora, por supuesto, pero de manera clara donde nos vamos a centrar es en el pilar 2 de retos globales y de competitividad industrial europea. De una manera muy evidente, recogida dentro del clúster 6 de alimentación, bioeconomía, recursos naturales, agricultura y medio ambiente, pero también podemos encontrar algunas oportunidades en el clúster 4, en la parte de industria, y en el clúster 3, en la parte de seguridad en relación con eventos o con desastres. Importante, el agua es un tema bastante cross-cutting, bastante horizontal, con lo cual tenemos que tener la mente abierta para encontrar oportunidades en diferentes clústeres y en diferentes destinations dentro de cada clúster. También tenemos misiones en Horizonte Europa y una de ellas está relacionada con los temas de agua. Aguas en océanos, en mares, pero también aguas interiores. Y los partenariados, que es el motivo que hoy nos ocupa en esta sesión. En concreto, dentro de los partenariados relacionados con el clúster 6, se plantea como un futuro partnership cofinanciado, Water4All, seguridad en el suministro de agua y en la calidad del agua para todo el planeta. Y simplemente el último mensaje es que Horizonte Europa se va a implementar de varias maneras, con los programas de trabajo, las convocatorias tradicionales, a través de las misiones y también a través de los partnerships, de los partenariados. Y el agua es cross-cutting en Horizonte Europa, con lo cual, importante, no perdamos de vista todas las oportunidades para abordar todos los problemas que tenemos en aguas naturales, en la aplicación de aguas, en el reuso, en la reutilización, en la digitalización, en todos los temas. Y hasta aquí. Muchas gracias.
let's go to give the floor to Dr. Balavanis. So, Panos, if you want to share your screen, the floor is yours right now. Yes, everything is fine. You can move the rectangles. Yeah, super. You can move the small one to the, okay, perfect. Like this, it's all. And you can unmute yourself because you are muted. And we cannot hear. Now we can hear you.
Okay,
thank you so
okay.
much.
Can you see and you can hear me? Thank you very much. Good afternoon, good morning to everybody. A pleasure also to be with you, to present you also more details, the plan, the ideas in the proposed, this partnership, the dedicated partnership on for water. As also Lydia explained very briefly, of course, water is a cross-cutting issue, and in particular within Cluster 6, there are these three main opportunities that Lydia mentioned. There will be dedicated calls, topics within the normal work program. Then there will be also within the partnership. The partnership is going also to make additional calls to be published also through the specific calls of eco-program, eco-fund action. Is something similar that we have already in 2020, the ERANET co-fund actions, the Water GPI, joint programming initiative, similar calls. But as I mentioned, of course, there will be additional also actions foreseen within the partnership. And then last but not least, there will be also some calls related to the missions, and are also Lydia, many of the missions, the climate mission, you know, the ocean, inland water, the soil, the cities, have also strong, let's say, water elements. So there will be also different also calls there. But of course, there are different developments in the specific calls. We have more advanced now on the normal work programs for Horizon Europe. And then in the parallel, we're also preparing also what we call the strategic research and innovation agenda for the partnerships, which will be important, which will allow us also to identify also the themes, the priorities, where the calls they will have also to address. And later on, probably also during the next year, we will have more information on the topics which are going to be identified also for the missions. And then we will have also at that time also to try also to ensure better coordinate and ensure also complementarities between all these activities. And this is very important because for us, I think this partnership provides, let's say, a good opportunity to try also to coordinate all these activities, to try to have a more systemic views on the water, and try, let's say, to link the various actions which are going to be foreseen in the different parts of Horizon Europe. And this is important because in Horizon Europe, we European partnerships took also a more important also role to trying also to as we say, to foster, I will say, to these systemic transitions, which will be needed also in order also to achieve also the policy objectives that also are linked to the Horizon Europe. And Lydia also presented this about, you know, the Green Deal, about also the digital Europe. I think these are the main issues about the sustainability, the sustainable development goals. So we have also to use also this type of partnerships, because I think the partnerships also have the potential that they can bring together also not only the European, but most important also the national activities. And also in comparison with the previous framework program, the national activities are not only limited to the research activities. The ambition is that the also other policy relevant also ministries and organizations in the member states are also involved in this endeavor. So let me then go a bit more on details in this in this partnership. I try to go on with. Okay. So as I said, this European partnership on water, which is called, water security also for the planet, Water4All, is one of the 8 partnerships which are foreseen within Cluster 6. And this is proposed as a kind of co-funded partnerships. I suppose that you are aware that we have also the co-programmed partnerships, which are a kind of more not very strong cooperation, but this is the co-program is partnerships where the partners agree on a memorandum of understanding, and each of them they also commit to implement also their activities which are related to a joint vision. But then we have also the institutional partnerships, and then these partnerships have been already identified in the Commission's also proposal. And then we have the co-funded partnerships, which are going also to bring together, as I said, the different also EU and national funding also to implement what we call a joint research and innovation agenda. So this is a partnership which is going to bring together, as I said, also mainly national research funders and policy makers, but of course the regional the perspective is there. Regional authorities may also come, because in this time in Horizon Europe also the cohesion funds will be also eligible for national contributions, so we may also have also regional authorities. But in addition to that, which this is the core group, this partnership also propose also an association, a wider association with other research and economic actors, because we know that water is also very relevant for different also stakeholders. So what is also important is that this is not something which is coming out of scratch. Is built on some partnership initiatives that we have in the past. So in principle is built strongly on the water GPI, but also incorporates also the thinking, the elements that we had in the European Innovation Program for water, but also the water technology platform, the Water Europe now it is called now. They also had also developed also research and innovation agendas, and this can also help us also to associate more the industrial also players, the small and medium enterprises in this partnership. There has been the partners have been already proposed from the early of the beginning. The Commission have selected a series of partnerships, 49 partnerships, which presented by Lydia. And then these partnerships, some of them they also developed further, and they elaborated a kind of a draft proposal based on a common template where the elements of the added value, the specific activities, the challenges, the issues to be addressed have been also developed. And this proposal is available. Here you can, the link, if you want to have more information, you can also, I would invite you also to go more on the details on this issue. Let's go very briefly, let's say, about the problems and the challenges which are addressed to this partnership. As you can see here, so there are thematic also challenges and challenges which are related also to the implementation of research issue. As regards the challenges which are related to the thematic issues, here you would recognize that Water4All try to address, as you know, the global emerging crisis, also related to water security, addressing also the issue of water scarcity, the issue of pollution, emerging contaminants, hydromorphological, events. As I said, the ecosystems and biodiversity decline. And also these are, all the main issues. But as I said, they also try also to address challenges which are related with the implementation of European and national programs. Very often, challenges which are, we know that the challenges are complex, and very often we lack a systemic approach. So this is the intention also to have a more systemic approach through the partnerships. Some issues also are complex. There is also insufficient alignment also between the different funders. Very often, I think there is, and this is the major problem, that we are not able really to upscale to use also the outcome of researches. Very often we have very good results, but we have difficulties because there is no good alignment to address also this pipeline of the whole activities for research and innovation. So we consider that this partnership provides also, as I said now, a strategic opportunity to give a high visibility to the water within also the Horizon Europe. As Lydia said, water is a cross-cutting activity, but this partnership can help us, to give also a higher visibility. So here you can see, the overall, let's say, the overall vision of this partnership, and so which is, as I said, this is to try to have a more systemic transformation and changes across the entire research water innovation line. Also trying also to foster also the matchmaking between also the problem owners, the solution providers, also in order also to ensure also water security for all. And here you can see the general objectives and of course the major expected impacts which have been identified also up to now in the proposal which is available. Here is another illustration of, I would say, this overall research and innovation cycle, which is proposed also to be addressed within this Water4All partnerships. And here you can see which are some activities highlighted, which are mainly have been also fostered, have been also looked before in the joint program initiative underwater, which are going also to be continued. Some new activities which are going to be also addressed, in particular also with demonstration, living labs, also capacity building, data collection issues, and some other also activities, of course, which already they were existing before, but they are going also to be more broadened. The partnership is proposed also to address also to be structured, let's say, in four main operational pillars. There is also the one pillar which is more about this joint vision about the development of research agenda, which is going, of course, the research agenda is going also to be also developed in the now before also the formal launch. But we consider that this SRIA should remain a kind of open, live document, because the emerging priorities are going to evolve. So it is important also in political also priorities going to be involved. So it is important also to always to have also the possibility to update also to the new needs the strategic research and innovation priorities. What is important here is you can see that we go beyond, let's say, the knowledge generation, which is the pillar B, which has been mainly up to now the the main activities in for instance, the water GPI, but they are through the Pillar C, which is more to try to connect also the availability of research results and the policy needs. The Pillar D, which is about also demonstrating also the activities at different also scales, with also putting also together all the relevant scales and trying also to find also here also the synergies with other funding mechanisms also to arrive to a full implementation, to see also the priorities and possibilities for increasing also investments in the water area. So these are important elements. And then the international dimension, this is an important element. We know that water also is a global challenge, but there are also different also international also commitments. There are relevant water issues at global scale, and so we would like also to make a more strategic approach to this international also cooperation in the water area. The partners also propose, let's say, to have a wide, let's say, membership. As I said, this is going also to bring also different also funders, but also associated also partners. And here you can see the overall, governance structure. The important, of course, role will be also the governing board, which will be mainly the member states, the national, the regional funding institutions. These will be mainly the partners, the beneficiaries, of the actions. Then we will have also an associated also partners board where all the end users, the people which are not formally belong, but they can also participate, they can also contribute in the different also activities will also take place. And then we have also this advisory board where, of course, any other interested persons, the stakeholders, the wider stakeholders, the scientific also board, the also representatives of the different services will be important. We speak now about, bringing together the links between policy and science. So relevant policy DGs are also considered to be included. Regarding the budget, so this figure is the budget estimation of the proposal. This is the partnership to propose this overall budget, taking into consideration that this is the about 400 to 450 million, and of course this depending on the type also of the activities, the range of the different demonstration sites. Then of course the possibilities to bring together also the different type of funding, cash in kind, and this is also, you can see also the breakdown to the different also activities to the pillars. Of course, an important action will be about also the joint call of the budget, but then this important also elements would be for demonstration activities, the Pillar D, the Pillar C, the science policy interface. So this would be also important also elements. Let me then now give you, where are we with this. As I said, this has been also the proposal, which has been already, as I said, drafted and is available also in the Commission's website. And then since last May, the drafting group, which has been in charge of this proposal, this drafting group brings together also representatives from the joint program initiative mainly, but also representatives from wider network and initiatives, like for instance the Water Europe, the Euraqua. For instance, Euro is the association, for instance, of water utilities at the European level. So these have been also part of this drafting group. And this group now is proposing to develop a kind of research and innovation agenda, because this is a kind of requirement. So partners, they have also to, at the time of the commitments, we have also to propose a research and innovation agenda. In the meantime, Commission also asked last summer the member states to formally also express interest and commitments in terms of financial commitments for the list of these 49 also partnerships, which has been provided. And then from our side, we continue also to consider in the development of the work programs. We have already foreseen a dedicated topic for this, for the launch of this partnership, and this is also proposed to be also included in the first work program in 21-22. The topic is foreseen for year 21, and this is the work program which is still under discussion also, and is going to be formalized when the formal adoption of Horizon Europe is taking place, which is considered now to be after the positive agreement with the member states on the different also on the funding of the multi-annual financial framework for the next period. So now we are confident that this very soon this will be also done. Let me then give you also some also information on this area. Where are we now with this development of the strategic research agenda? Starting to say, of course, as I said, this is the strategic research agenda. This is something, a requirement for all partnerships, and this is because, as I said, the partners need also to have a kind of more strategic orientation, to have this systemic also approach, to show that there is already a kind of a demonstration ex ante, you know, that the partners are ready, you know, to try also to come with a strategic vision, to, you know, to show a kind of demonstrate the directionality, and also, as I said, commitments also for the implementation. But the and this is in the water partnership. As I said, there is a lot of experience already in development, so we don't start from scratch. There have been, as I said, several strategic research agendas developed from the Water GPI, Water Europe, you know, Euraqua, Euro. They have also their own this agenda. So it was also decided that the strategic research agenda has also to look what is there, and also to try also to build on that, and trying also to consolidate also and to see also some complementarities. What is important also within this area is also, and this is also another requirement, is that the different partnerships, they have also to show a kind of complementarity and synergies, complementary with other actions also of Horizon Europe. So as I said, in particular also with the missions and our work programs, but also complementary and synergy with other partnerships. Also in particular, in our case, in the cluster 6, there are partnerships related to the biodiversity, partnerships related also to the blue economy, and these are of course very related to the water. So these are also elements that they have to be also further also elaborated in the in this area. And there is a first draft of this area which has been recently developed and released also for also wider also consultation, and I will come back to that. And here you can see in these slides, for instance, the elements, the drivers, let's say, of this area. As you can see here, the Water4All themes trying also to address also, as I said, these drivers, the specific, as I said, need of the society at large, the ecosystems issues, you know, the water management, and also to also consider also issues which are also of relevance also to the human well-being, like for instance also the health dimension, but also to addresses also the digital also revolution, the issues which are also relevant for to address also like the network infrastructures, research infrastructures, also trying also to address also the issues of open and responsible research. These have been also considered in developing this area, and here you can see the seven priorities, thematic priorities, which are proposed to be addressed. So we have the first priority, which is about circular economy. This is about also the trying also to address also the issues about the economic dimension, the water supply, in different also use of water in agriculture, also in industry, also in the energy also use, and also addresses also issues also related to the value also water more properly. Then we have the theme, which is about also the protecting also ecosystems, securing also the ecosystems, also sustainability, and also protecting also the biodiversity. These are also very relevant issues. This is about functioning, ecosystem functioning, biodiversity is about also resilience, adaptation also to of aquatic ecosystems to climate changes. This is also about also bringing also together the green infrastructure. So these are also relevant issues in this theme. Then we have a theme which is water for the future, sustainable water management. So this is about also this river basin management approach, is about also the resilience to the different, you know, both surface and groundwater systems in the in climate change. And this is also is about tools, is about monitoring tools, about observation, about, you know, the digital also data. These are also important elements. The fourth theme is water for health, and this is also is an important element. This is also a theme which is also related all the others also in the previous. I would like also to stress that also you can also recognize that these are also relevant to several of the activities which are in the Green Deal, European Green Deal, like for instance also the Climate Pact, the biodiversity strategy, the Farm to Fork, the Zero Pollution Action. So these are also relevant. So this water and health is in particular also relevant to this zero pollution. So this is about, you know, emerging contaminants, about, you know, antimicrobial resistance. So this is also about also tools and to monitoring also the water quality, also these risk assessment issues. So these are also relevant themes to be also addressed in this priority. Then we have the cluster 5, which is about infrastructure also for water. So there, this is again is how to better also help also the adaptation of existing also water infrastructure, also to climate, also the security of infrastructure. These are also considered there. And then there are two more horizontal type of themes, which is about also, as I mentioned, is about international cooperation and about governance. So these are also also important elements that we have also to look, and there of course we have also to look there about stakeholder participation, about behavioral changes. So these are important elements, because we know that not only the technological but also the socioeconomic elements of water are also very, very important. This strategic agenda has been, as I said, developed already through this drafting group, and here you have, you know, the current developments. We are here in the version, you know, 0, which has been already developed now in December, which has been now open in online consultation, and which have been also discussed with member states representatives. And there, from the idea is now to come with the beginning of January with a more consolidated version, take into consideration the first feedbacks, and then the idea is to have from January of next year to have a further also consultation, to have also more dedicated discussions with some experts in different also themes, in order also to be ready, you know, by the end of April, before also the launch of the calls, to have a more consolidated also agenda. As I said, there is already an online consultation. We can find, here is the link, so the slides will be also available, I think, for your distribution. So you can also have the link here. There you can have more information about the draft, the version 0 of the strategic research agenda, and then you can also have the possibility also until 11th of January also to comment, and so I will encourage you to take also this opportunity. Let me then just also mention a few elements of, because as I mentioned, there have been also consultation with the formal consultation with member states, asking them to express also commitments and the express interest to the different parties. And here you have also the results from the member states, and I think that we have to be very satisfied with the participation. We have at least 20 member states which have now formally expressed interest and committed also financially, either with a cash or in kind or a combination of that. There are still few member states to are undecided or still to be to have of replies. And here, as you can see already, there is a kind, I would say, of a commitment, both in overall commitment of about 234 million euro for all these 20 also member states. And you can see the majority, of course, is very big amount, is 160 million is about cash, and then 73 million in kind, but still in kind contributions are still missing. Several also member states express views that they would like also to see more details on what will be the activities, but also the eligibility of costs, and in order also to see how much of the in-kind contributions would be also be proposed. And then let me let's finish my presentation with, I would say, what are now, as I said, the next step is, as I said, is to finalize this SRIA, and then we have presented the planning also for the finalization. It's still very important there to look also on the, in parallel with the development of the other related partnerships, to also to strengthen also the synergies. We still have to wait to have, you know, the formal adoption of the strategic plan of the Horizon Europe, which is also expected in the beginning of 2021 in January. And there, of course, we have the formal identification of Water4All. And then there is still also to also determine internally in the Commission also the final budget, the EU contribution to the different partners is taken also into consideration, the final also distribution across the different pillars and clusters, and also some other requirements in the proposal. And then there are still some, of course, more information to come regarding also the financial management of the co-funded partnership, especially also the how the in-kind contributions can be eligible, what are the type of eligible costs, also how the cohesion funds could be also used. So we're expecting that the more details will publish in the next also months on the annotated grant agreement, and so with that partners proposed for the in this partnership will be in a position also to formalize also their proposal and to reply to the calls. And with that, I would like to thank you for your attention. I hope that I was not too long, but
No,
I'm
very,
happy
very good, very good.
to
Thank you
reply
so
to any
much.
question. And I'm pleasure also to also forgetting to acknowledge that, of course, this presentation have been jointly also prepared with my colleague also Avelino Gonzalez,
Avelino.
who is also with us, and Avelino can also eventually complement or also take part also of the discussion. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Panos, and thank you so much, Avelino, for this information and the slides that you have presented and you have prepared previously. Now we can pass to the questions and answers, and we have already collected some questions through the Slido. So Lydia, if you want, you can moderate them, and in the meanwhile, with Santi and myself, we will try to see if there is any question else coming out. If you want, you can start, Lydia, by these questions, or if you think that there are some questions or comments that can enlighten a little bit the slides that we have seen just a few minutes ago, go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Marina, and thank you, Panos, for your explanation. I think that it's really important for all of us. I mean, not only the ones that are more closely involved in all this definition of Horizon Europe and the partnership, but mainly for the potential future participants to know what's going on, what opportunities are being prepared. So I think that this has been very clear. As you said, there's an open consultation for everybody. Well, from CDTI, we are going to send to our participant list this information in order just to have a massive participation, because, as you know, water is an important part for our community. Well, I mean, there is an important participation in the programs, and it's an issue that is of common interest. So maybe we can start with these three questions that I think that all of them are for you, Panos, not for me. So it's easier for me. And the first one, well, it's related with something that you have said, that, okay, I just mentioned the mission of on waters in general, but here is the question about the soil protection that is more related with our mission and with our part of Horizon Europe and Cluster 6, and is the role of soil protection as water resources regulator, and how this relationship could be enhanced, and maybe how is this addressed in this partnership or not.
Yeah, thank you very much, I think, and very good also to see also some very old friends and colleagues, that Jose Luis Rubio, and regarding also this, this question about, soil protection. Of course, I think this is without any doubt, soil is an important, component, and, water flows also through the soil. So this is something which is, implicit also, included also in the what we call, water management. For us, water management includes also both, the surface and also the groundwater. So the soil is a completely, you have also to address also these questions. But of course, we have also to look more the big picture. I would say more the systemic type of approaches. Because there will be also some soil-related, more related actions in other parts also of the Water Europe, in particular also the soil mission. The soil mission be the main focus on soil protection, I would say, per se. So for us, I think is not, let's say, soil protection per se, but of course we have also to consider, the continuum, air, land, groundwater. So these are the interactions. These are very, very important. And I think this is also somehow also related to the to some other also the question is about also the third question about also the links with emissions. So this is somehow also related. I can also address these, and then I can also come to the second also question regarding also the links also between the course of the water programs, partnerships and missions. I would say this is a very important issue, but I have to also assure you that the Commission is going to follow this issue, and of course together with also in the member states, in the discussions, in the program committees, where we're going also to develop also the different activities, because the Commission is also going to be involved in the missions, is going also to follow, of course, the water, the calls, the water programs, but the Commission is also to be involved also in the mission. So this is we are going to ensure that these activities are not going to be, duplicated, and we'll have also to look more how also to ensure also the complementarity of this. So this is something which, of course, water, give you an example. We are now preparing different calls, in water-related calls in our topics. So the GPI, the Water4All, when they are going also to issue, they have also to take this into consideration. And I would say to avoid to address these issues, or if they address something complementary, they have also to justify what is the complementarity within also the activity. So this is something that we will have also to look carefully, because now the Commission will be also looking to the annual work programs of the partnership and also to the annual work programs also of the mission. So this is something we're going also to ensure. Regarding to the second question about the calendar, as I said, we expect the formal adoption in the beginning of the year. So, and then when this is, formal adopted, and both in the strategic also plan and the work programs are also adopted, then the calls are also expected to be launched in April. And for the partnerships, those which are in the first year, there are going to be, let's say, joint deadlines for all the relevant partnerships across also Europe, and this is going to be also something in the beginning of the we still don't know the exact deadlines, but the idea is to have somehow deadlines also before the end of 2021, and then to have also the grant agreement signed probably by the end of 21. So to have also operational the partnerships to issue their first actions and calls in 2022. So this is, let's say, the current planning of the launch. I don't know, Avelino, if wants to complement.
Let me try to get online. Can you hear me, Thanos?
Yes.
We can hear you, yes. We cannot see you for the moment, but, yeah.
Okay, no, well, it's regarding this coordination, because at the end of the day, it's a question that we are receiving almost every time, how we will manage. And this is a right question. I mean, it's a real issue, but we have the instruments for that. I mean, programming is the instrument. Having these work programs where we are defining the actions, we can there set and manage that in a way that we are not repeating every time the same things. So within these work programs, we can also include criteria for selection of a project as for the synergies. So we can manage that in a way. The only thing that we need is to get the programming. So we don't have yet the programs of the missions, neither from the partnerships. This will come. We are from our side regarding our work program 2021 and 2022 already making good progress. But once we will have the rest of the picture, I don't see a major issue behind that. And the real question to me is what type of actions we will address by every and single instrument, because missions are supposed to be more close to citizens, partnerships are involving more national and getting a leverage through that, and the work programs are more the conventional way of acting. So this type of actions have to be at a certain moment better defined, but from my side, I don't see a major issue as soon as we have the programs in front of us. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Yes, I'm not sure, Marina, if we have time just for a short question, additional question.
Yes, sure. We have time for a short question.
Okay, Panos, you said, and it's true, that there is many times we have very good results in research and innovation projects, and the problem is how to implement, to have that implemented into reality, into the real world. So in this partnership, apart from the research and innovation calls, or related with that, there is the possibility of having some, like, let's say, demo sites or living labs. I'm not completely sure. I understand that in order to trying to find a solution for this problem, to trying to solve these barriers, to have the innovation into reality. Is that the purpose of this, having this pilot in this partnership?
Yes, Lydia, definitely. As I said, the pillar, in particular, also the pillar D, which is about also the demonstration, the uptake also of results, of research results. So these are the actions which will be also needed also to be. And then, as you said, we have already different demonstration activities. We have already successful also in the past. So this is an opportunity also to really also use also the opportunities that we have also in past successful also activities, and also trying also, we have links, for instance, with the living labs, the Water Europe, for instance, worked on the identification of water-related living labs. So this is, there are available information there. This could be also be the basis from which also we can also build, and we can also there, this is to find also way how to bring also the different partners there. And there, this is also in particular also for me, I think the opportunity also to look on the opportunities also with synergies with other fundings mechanisms, how to implement there, because we know that through LIFE, for instance, through the cohesion funds, there are implementation activities taking place. The idea is how to better also align also this activity. So these are something to be where we would like, of course, beyond the strategic agenda. This is something in the implementation plan. We have also to think how this could be also materialized. Huh?
Okay, thank you.
I think this is the, as I said, this is the added value of the partnerships to, as I said, to go beyond the limited duration that we have also with our calls, and ensure a kind of continuity, because very often, as I said, with policy priorities changing, some areas of the work program may receive less attention, but if we have the partnership, we can ensure that there will be also a kind of continuation and consolidation of the different implementation needs.
Okay, completely agree with you.
Okay.
Thank you, Marina.
So thank you so much, Panos, for sharing this rough hour with us and with our constituency as well. 55 people connected to see what are the novelties with this partnership on water onwards to 2021. Gracias, Abelino, también por compartir también tu tiempo con nosotros y por estas clarificaciones que supongo que serán súper interesantes para los participantes. Y gracias, Lidia, también por acompañar y contextualizar esta sesión que para todos los interesados, no solo en el agua, sino también en Clúster 6, les habrá servido para situarse un poco en lo que podemos esperar en los próximos meses. Sin más, pues queremos anunciaros que tanto las presentaciones como los vídeos, como siempre, los podréis encontrar en la plataforma de CDTI. Y bueno, estas sesiones online continúan después de la pausa de Navidad. Obviamente todo se acelera a partir de enero en la preparación de las aperturas de la call, de las primeras calls de Horizonte Europa, incluidos los partenariados, y con ese espíritu de ayudar a la participación y ayudar a la clarificación de ver las diferentes oportunidades que podéis tener en Horizonte Europa y en programas sinérgicos, pues continuaremos nuestra actividad. Mi compañera Lidia también, a través del Clúster 6 y a través también de su actividad en el Clúster 5, pues os irán informando el equipo tanto de Clúster 6 como de Clúster 5 de actividades que vayan montando online para informar sobre esta manera de participar en Horizonte Europa, así que estar atentos a las circulares de CDTI. Y bueno, comentaros que os esperamos. La primera cita es el martes día 12 de enero. Hablaremos sobre el Single Market Program, en concreto Focus on COSME. Para ello tendremos a Natalia Martínez Páramo de DigiGrowth/EASME, y el día 19, el martes 19, es decir, a la semana siguiente, tendremos con nosotros a Isabel de la Mata de DigiSanté, que nos hablará sobre el nuevo programa EU4Health, uno de los principales beneficiarios de estos últimos acuerdos del MFF y sobre todo de Next Generation EU, y que, dada la situación actual, pues viene a reforzar todo el contexto sanitario, organizacional en el entorno europeo. Nada, comentar que ha sido un placer compartir con vosotros estos meses, reconocer que hemos recogido muchos feedbacks por parte vuestra, muchos positivos, y nada, intentaremos continuar esta actividad. Desearos lo mejor posible, desearos unas fiestas tranquilas y en salud, sobre todo. Una buena finalización de este 2020 un poco extraño, sinceramente, y un mejor 2021 lleno de oportunidades para todos. Muchas gracias. Lidia, Panos.
Muchas gracias también. Adiós.
Perfecto.
Adiós.
Y agradecer a mis compañeros, tanto Leticia como Santi, que están ahí detrás apoyando y ayudándoos a todos a poder acceder y a poder tener esta información y a que todo funcione tan excelentemente como se ha desarrollado en estos meses. Gracias.
Venga.